Hey, good morning, kids. How's everybody out there in YouTube land this morning? Wow. 22nd day of September 2018. Everything here on the good ship Lily 2 is just fine. Just absolutely fine. First item of business this morning. It blew a hoolie last night. I actually stayed up till midnight watching my iPhone and my iPad, watching my anchor alarms, trackers, things. It shows a pattern. You see here, that's the pattern that my boat moved last night. I'm over here now because the wind has changed direction. It was having me in this area. Now I'm moved around. You know, as the wind changes direction, so does the boat move back and forth. And right now I am moving, around because the wind's changing around. So imagine that. I noticed a weird anomaly, however. My tracker on my iPad, as you can see, is very steady. You can see a very definite arc. Here's where my boat is. Here's where my actual anchor is. You can see the curvature of the arc. So the boat is showing a very steady pattern on my iPad. However, on my iPhone, the same exact program, I have that same arc, but then on my iPhone, I have all these like little weird deviations where the boat went like on a field trip someplace and came back, and all these weird tracking areas where it looks like I just went someplace completely different than where I thought the boat was. It didn't show those weird little side trips on my iPad, but it did on my iPhone. So I don't know if the GPS processor on my iPhone maybe is a bit glitchy or has a problem, but I'm glad I had it fired up on two separate devices at the same time last night, because clearly what was shown on my iPhone is not what was shown on my iPad. And so every time I would stick my head up out of the companionway and get a visual confirmation, my iPad was much more accurate for showing where the boat was than the iPhone. The iPhone was showing these little weird side trips, going where it showed the boat in a whole lot of places that the boat just wasn't. So I don't know how much I'm going to trust the anchor alarm just on my iPhone. But I am going to say that, having that redundancy, having the duality of the two different devices so I could track both of them is obviously always a good idea. So this morning looked like we had a little weather window, looked like we had an opportunity to start making tracks. I got up early this morning for me. Well, actually, I got up very late for me this morning, but considering last night, it was up pretty good. I didn't get to bed till midnight last night monitoring the wind situation because it was really blowing. We had 20 to 22 mile an hour winds steady with gusts up to 35 last night. And the anchor held beautifully, and I'm anchored in 16 feet of water. I think my little modification of adding that downrigger ball on 20 feet of chain right off the bow of the boat, dropped my my scope way down. I've got 140 feet of line out off the anchor right now, and by dropping that ball onto the anchor line, it lowered, instead of the anchor line just being straight going to the anchor, it changed my angle considerably. But under high winds, it would pull that back up. But I think what that's doing is it's keeping that anchor line down lower and helping improve the anchor's performance and being able to dig into the bottom. So at least I was really impressed with how well it did. Looks like we're going to have a real good opportunity to see how well that continues to do, because we have got some nasty weather coming in. All right, so like I said this morning, I was thinking about getting out of here. I woke up at 7:30, started getting the decks cleared up. Went up on deck to get the generator started, and I just fired up the generator so I could start, finish charging up the batteries from what I used last night, running the LEDs and stuff. It started raining on me. I looked up and it was kind of like, fairly clear sky, some rain clouds off in the distance, but it started raining on me, and I was like, well, that's not a very good omen for heading out this morning. I don't want to go out there and be sailing and get rained on. So I wasn't too keen on going. So I came down below and I checked my forecast and looked at my Ventusky, whatever you want to call it, program. And sure enough, right outside the inlet here, there's like 5-foot waves still blowing up. Wind is moved around now. It would be right on my nose if I headed out. I would have the wind literally right on my nose. Now, Ventusky is actually showing it coming from onshore, blowing offshore a little bit, but sitting here in the anchorage, it doesn't appear that that's the case. It seems like it would be blowing right on the nose for me, the direction I want to head. So, between having, and right now it's blowing like 15 miles an hour. So 15 mile an hour winds on the nose, 5-foot wave height, and it rained on me. 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not going anywhere today. I was like, no. Actually, any one of those things individually should have been a no-go for me to head out. So, and here's the sad part. If I miss this weather window today, which we clearly have, tomorrow it's going to rain, pretty substantial rain coming tomorrow, most of the day, and then that's going to be followed up by a couple of days of some really bad wind and weather, and I mean really bad, like worse than last night. They're talking about having some 30 mile an hour winds coming through, gusts probably up to 45 or 50. So anyhow, right now, if I don't get out of here today, I may be here for a week. It doesn't look like there's going to be another good weather window for possibly a week. We're going to monitor that on a daily basis. But here's the thing. Even if I were to head out of here today and brave the elements, I'm in a really nice protected little hurricane hole right here where I'm at with very good protection. If I were to head out of here and get down to Cape May, the anchorage down there is not nearly as well protected. So, and it's an unknown versus a known. I know what I'm dealing with here. I don't know what I'm dealing with there. So better to ride out this storm, this weather pattern that's coming through here, than to weather it out down there. I could have gotten there possibly today by getting myself beat up really good this morning. It does look like the conditions were going to get better this afternoon as I went south, but still getting beat up here, getting out of here. And then we were going to run into the rain on Sunday, so that was going to get me hung up anyway. So, and yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh, you can put on foul weather gear and stuff. Yeah, but why? 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 Deal with that. I like to sail on nice, beautiful days. I don't like to go out there and be running the boat all day, especially since it's going to be cold tomorrow. They're talking about a high of 68 tomorrow with rain coming down. It's going to be a cold, wet, drizzly day. Sounds like a good day to me to stay on board the boat, make a beef stew or something for dinner and chillax. So we may just do that tomorrow. So anyhow, let me jump in the chat. I've seen there's a lot of comments. I didn't answer all of them. So hey Woody, how you doing, brother? Well, good morning. Happy Saturday. Okay. Hey Pilot, what's going on? Hey Brenda, how you doing? Did Sailing Miss K make it through the storm? I don't know. I haven't seen their channel or any posts from them today. Hey Chuck, good morning. How you doing? Woody, if you're not in a hurry, then there's no need to worry. There you go. I like that. You're a poet, Woody. Yeah. If you're not in a hurry, there's no need to worry. Exactly. The only thing I worried about last night actually was the anchor alarm with that wind blowing, my anchor dragging. I've had some bad experience with it lately, but I tell you what, I think adding that downrigger ball really helped out last night. I think it made a big difference because it was really blowing. I mean, the boat was whipping around pretty good. It was really blowing. Wow, look at that. We're actually getting a little sun, little brightness coming in the companionway this morning. A little sunshine. Still cloudy though out there. I don't know. Anyhow, that's kind of all I really have for everybody this morning. Everything's good here on the good ship Lily too. Me and the dog are just fine. I think I'm going to run over to the fuel docks today and yeah, Lady K used the marinas. Yeah, $2 a foot. Yeah, I don't have the budget to drop $60 to tie up to a dock for, and you know, possibly have to tie up to a dock for what, 3 or 4 days waiting for this bad weather to pass through. So, yeah, that's just not in the cards for me. So yeah, we're gonna sit tight here in Atlantic City. I mean, that's the nature of sailing. Sometimes you just get weathered in someplace. So, and one of your live feeds. But what are the plans for Annapolis? We don't have any definite plans. I'm not going to make any concrete plans until I'm concrete that I'm going to be there. Right now, the weather pattern looks right now, I may not be able to leave here for a week, which means I may not be to Annapolis in time for the beginning of the boat show. I may get there during the boat show, but I may not be there for the beginning of the boat show. So I don't have any definite plans just yet. But we'll see how that changes as we get closer. It's going to be some last minute kind of planning stuff. So there's just no way for me to be able to say, hey, I'm going to be here and you know, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. We just have no way of being able to do that at this point. So, and that's the nature of cruising, guys. You know, I mean, this weather pattern shows up. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it except sit back and wait for it to pass. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to have to sit here and hang out for a couple of days. So anyhow, I hope everybody enjoyed all the content we put out yesterday. Had a lot of fun with Miss Shar and Dave. Today I'm going to probably run over and I don't know if I'm going to go today or maybe wait. Yeah, probably today might be my best weather day to do that. I may run over and get fuel, get my water jug filled, and get some gas cans filled. Although I've got enough water and fuel to last me probably a week. Still, it'd just be nice to top them off, have a little, you know, reserve. So anyhow, that's it. That's all I got for you kids this morning. Just wanted to do a quick update, let everybody know we're good, and looking at the weather and trying to figure out when we can get out of here. We will have more for everybody tomorrow or later today. We'll do our normal live stream at 7. Remember that Doug's live stream tonight was supposed to be at 5. Doug's going to do his live stream now at 8 after mine at 7. Talking to Doug, and he's got some medical issues that are delaying him a little bit today. So best to have it, not need it. Yep, Woody, always sage advice. Yep, absolutely correct. So, all right, kids, well, we'll see you guys tonight, 7 o'clock. We'll see you guys then. Be good, be careful, take good care of one another. And if you're so inclined, in the description down below, there's links to my PayPal and my Patreon should you want to contribute to the adventure. All funds are greatly appreciated and much needed. So, thanks, kids. And we will see you there. Yeah, special time for Doug today, just this one day only. He'll be at 8 o'clock instead of his usual 5 p.m. time. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.